Greetings to everyone. Thank you for being interested in my presentation about how to find literature for your various research, be it research article, undergraduate dissertation, master's or PhD. I'm going to talk about the different types of literature and then the different databases from where you can get this literature. Then I'm going to show you how to find articles from the various databases. This will be through a demonstration, and we're going to take typical examples: Science Direct, Emerald Insight, Google Scholar. I've just chosen these three because that is where you find most articles, and are quite common, especially in my field, in the field of construction and civil engineering. And so for the classification or the different types of literature, it can be classified into journal articles, and these are peer-reviewed outputs. And by that I mean it's been reviewed and approved by experts in the field before being published. Then we have conference articles, which can be peer-reviewed, which might be peer-reviewed to some extent. Some also may not be peer-reviewed, but it's generally weaker than journal articles, although you may have some exceptions. There are quite some. I've read in the past, I've read some conference articles that are quite good and of high quality. Then we also have dissertations and theses or theses. And this you can have undergraduate, dissertation, masters or PhDs. We also have books, and books can be written by anybody and then submitted to a publisher to publish. Some may be peer-reviewed, some may not. Then we also have government reports, which most of the time or often at times is published by a government department or a commission that has been set up to investigate an event or something happening within a given sector of the economy. And then after that, the commission reports or publish their findings in form of reports. Then we also have online documents, website, blogs, etc. But we have to be very careful with online documents, especially in the era of fake news. That takes me to go back again to government reports. Some government reports can be biased as well, depending on who is in power. However, academics are strongly encouraged to use journal articles whenever possible and other sources when very certain of their quality. And so you have so many databases. I've just selected a few. I've highlighted the three there: Science Direct, Emerald Insight, and Google Scholar. Those are the ones that I would demonstrate on how to get articles from them in a minute. And the search strategy consists of actually defining your topic, searching for literature that's relevant or related to your research objectives or questions, make a list of search terms, search for the relevant sources, then which entails running search terms or keywords in the database. You may need your institutional login details to download some of the articles if there are not open source articles. And these are some of the words, some of the Boolean operators that may be relevant in your search or searches, and to find sources that contain more than one keyword. For example, social media and body image and Generation Z. or is used to find sources that contain one of a range of synonyms. For example, Generation Z, or teenagers, or adolescents. You can see that those terms are almost synonymous. You can also search for example, BIM, Building Information Modeling and Digital Technologies. Those are similar terms. Okay, again, Building Information Modeling or Digital Technologies. Not, the Boolean operator not is used to exclude results containing certain firms, e.g., apple, not fruit. Now, to demonstrate, I've just stated my research title here, just as an example, an evaluation of BIM systems in construction. And the kind of search terms I'm going to use will be BIM. Sorry, the title is an evaluation of BIM system in cost estimation. And the kind of words, search terms I'm going to use are BIM and cost estimation, BIM or digital construction, or even the title itself, an evaluation of BIM systems in cost estimation. Now, I'm going to go to Science Direct, and I'm going to do a bit of just a very small exercise in order to get used to Science Direct. Now, we're going to type BIM in the search box and Abanda in the author name box. Now, I'm going to go to get Science Direct. You go to Google, and then you type Science Direct. That's it there. I'm going to click there. You can see the key words box. So I'm going to type here, BIM. Then I'm going to type the author here, Abanda. Okay. Then I'm going to click on search here. So what I've simply done is I've typed Abanda, and then I've gotten publications on BIM published by Abanda. You can see here, BIM in offsite construct manufactured for buildings. Abanda is the first author here. Abanda is the first author here. Abanda is the first author here. And then you can also sort by years. You could decide to say only one day's articles. The articles published by Abanda from 2019. You could decide to say, well, let me go below that and then get from 2015. Then you have to select all of this. As you are selecting, you can see the results are changing. If I remove 2022, you see the results go down to 9. Okay, so that is a case where you actually know the author. But most of the time that you want to do research, you may not know any author. You just have your problem domain, your research title, then you want to figure out relevant literature in a domain by using keywords. Okay, so that's just what I've shown you. You put BIM there, you type Abanda, then you can see the results, and you can click on any of the articles. So the next exercise is, let's type BIM and cost estimation as it is in Google Scholar, and not Google Scholar, Science Direct, BIM and cost estimation. Okay, so you can see 1,904 articles. Okay, again, we can restrict it to years here. Already 2022, 2022, you already have 115 articles. 2021, 317. So we can say we can restrict this just to 2020 articles. Okay, we can decide to say we want research articles only, not review articles. We can even restrict to a particular journal that only want automation and construction. Okay. And then notice BIM and cost estimation. Now let's do something else. Let's use the quotes in there. So if I put quotes here, let me remove this, remove that. So there's that. If I put quotes there, and then I put quotes there, okay? Now, remember when I did not have quotes, we had 1,904 articles. Now, I put these quotes, it drops down to 421. Having these quotes makes it a bit more restrictive. It's telling you that the articles that you're getting, you are finding exactly those words, BIM and cost estimation as a block. Okay, either in the title or mostly in the title. For example, you can see cost estimation here in the first article, cost estimation here. The word cost estimation is there. BIM also is here. Okay, BIM is here and cost estimation is there. Okay, cost estimation is here, BIM is there. At least those two words are found in the title, and that's why it's a bit restrictive, and that's why it drops down to 421. Now, let's try BIM or digital construction. Okay, remember we said we can also use the Boolean operator or. Okay. Now, if you try BIM or BIM or digital construction. Okay, I think the or has to be in capital. You see, we have the or just like the and has to be capital. We have 226,003 articles. Okay. Now, if I change it to put quotes there and quotes there, quotes, and then a search, it drops to 24,000. Okay. So you can see the impact of quotes. Now, I can decide to even use a whole title. Something can still come out. If I decide to search, to use a title as search, you see it drops down to the output is 1,634 articles. So even with a title, I can get some articles, for example, developing novel cash flow risk analysis framework for costs for construction projects based on BIM. Okay. Now, if I wanted to download any of these articles, for example, I want this one, analysis of first published BIM-based cost estimation application. This one is an open access. That means if you click on this one, it's going to open automatically. So this is not a good example, but when you see an open access article, it means you can access it without paying anything, or you may not need your institutional login to access this. Okay, so let me look for one that is not open access. Let me look for an article that is not open access. Yeah, this one is not open access. So I'm going to click on this. Now, once I click on this, it tells me access through Brooks University. So I'm going to click on that. Now, that's why I said you need your institutional login. So I'm going to click on that. That's my login there. And then I can now view the PDF. And then that's the article. So for students, once you click on the link to that article, it's going to give you the option to log in your student details. That's your student number and your password. So that was Science Direct. Emerald is another database that you can actually get articles from. So I'm going to go out now and then click on type Emerald. Once I do so, I get Emerald inside, which is the first. I can now type BIM and cost estimation. And then I hit enter, see what it gives. You can see here, it gives me 181 results, and it's showing the first 10. Okay, so again here, this is an article that I'm interested in, so I can just click on PDF here to see if it's going to open. Yep, it does that because I'm already logged in. If I was not logged in, then it would have given me the option to log in through my university account. So that's how I've gotten the article from Emerald database. Now the next one is Google Scholar, which obviously most of you, if you're not subscribed to any of those databases, you can try Google Scholar just by typing Google Scholar there. And then you click. You can also type articles here. You can type BIM and costs estimation. Once you do that, you can see so many articles appearing. Some of them are open sources, some of them are not. Okay. Now, you can also restrict the range here. For example, you can see 2018, 2022, but I can customize that range to say from 2010. Okay, then I leave it empty to mean 2022. But I could say 2010 to 2015, for example. I'm just going to leave it like that to say up to 2022. You see, so it only gives me from 2010 to 2022. Okay, so I can now click on this. If I click on this, it takes me to Science Direct. That means that was an article in Science Direct. So most articles that are published, you can find them, you can trace them in Google Scholar, and then from there it can take you to which database or which is its main source. So I can see this is a severe published article and a severe published article, MGPI published article. So that's basically it on how to get an article from Google Scholar. Some of them are open sources, some of them are not. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful. Sign up to my YouTube to see, to be able to watch another presentation about this.